Tesla's mysterious Highland Model 3 Starlink connects Haiti in the South Pacific while South Korea attempts to persuade Tesla to give them gigafactory. Let's get started because there's a lot to cover. According to new claims, Tesla's Model 3 sedan facelift effort, codenamed Project Highland, is kept a secret. However, the revised Model 3 focuses on decreasing the number of design components and interior complexity and improving fundamental aspects such as the vast infotainment touchscreen. According to Reuters, 4 persons close to the initiative confirmed the details of Project Highland and asked not to be identified. Because the project has yet to be announced, these sources also include upgrades to the Model 3's exterior and powertrain performance, as well as the fact that manufacturing will begin in the third quarter of 2023 at Giga Shanghai and the company's Fremont, California facility. We all know that anonymous persons familiar with the situation must be more dependable sources of information, so take this with a grain of salt, but Elon Musk has to yet directly dispute this news on Twitter, which he has been very fast to lately, so it does lend some plausibility. While these facts are limited, they explain what the revamp may cover. Consider the mention of lowering the number of components. Tesla unveiled their Giga Press in 2021. These massive machines were capable of die casting entire section of a vehicle in a single pass, and they were employed to produce the Model Y's rear frame pieces first, followed by the front. In 2022, they also announced a structural battery pack which would be utilized to manufacture the Model Y at Giga, Texas. Other Tesla vehicles have not taken advantage of either of these technologies. Aside from Cybertruck, which is under development and is set to go into production in 2023, a significant portion of Model 3 would focus on decreasing the complexity of its construction by incorporating Giga castings. We might also see the use of structural battery pack, but there's also the intricacy of the interior design. The Model 3 is Tesla's most affordable vehicle, costing around $47,000, and its interior lacks frills and whistles. If it were more minimalized, it would be an empty nothingness. It's difficult to see how Tesla can simplify that, although they could be talking about removing the control stalks on the steering column as they did the Model S redesign in 2021. That would imply that the turn signal and the wiper controls would be relocated to touch buttons on the steering wheel, while the gear shift would be relocated to the touchscreen with the assistance of the auto shift feature. Model 3 can also benefit from an improved touchscreen display with smaller bezels and higher quality, similar to the Model S's new screen. Tesla's flagship vehicle, the Model S, first began production in 2012, so no one was surprised when the business chose to bring the automobile up to 2020 requirements. The upgraded version, which include the iconic Model S Plaid Edition, was released in 2021 and had somewhat modified body panels, headlights, and taillights, as well as significant alteration to the interior, such as swapping out the steering wheel for a more race car-like yoke. Tesla also changed the dashboard screen to fit horizontally into the console and the air vents to be more in line with Model 3 and Y. This followed Tesla's push to make its design more efficient, except for customized steering wheels. Around this time, the Giga Press was unveiled, and the CEO Elon Musk observed that the back of the Model 3 looked like a patchwork quilt, while applauding the simplicity that the Model Y would experience thanks to this new casting technology. While Tesla's goal of simplifying its designs means the Model 3 is unlikely to see a significant change in the interior design industry, observers such as Ed Kim of the Auto Pacific Group point to the Model S rework and the small changes that have kept the Model 3 up to date as far as proof that Tesla knows that substantial modifications are required to keep Tesla in the minds of potential customers. That gets us to the remarks about production starting in Shanghai and Fremont, California, which helped to verify the accuracy of the narrative, notably the mention of Shanghai. The Model 3 sales in China declined by around 9% in the first 10 months of this year as Tesla faced some of its first genuine competition in the market. According to the China Passenger Car Association, BYD's Xing and Han electric sedans outsold the Model 3 during that time. So aside from improved manufacturing methods, that's a solid reason to update the design and the methodology works. Tesla's push to reduce unneeded parts result in more profit per unit. Toyota, for example, earns approximately $1,300 for each matching electric vehicle sold, but Tesla earns about $9,500. With the news that Tesla plans to launch this updated Model 3 in Shanghai first, as well as the recent price drop for Chinese buyers in October, it's pretty clear that this is a move to not only keep the Model 3 in line with Tesla's newer products but also to keep Tesla as the king of China's EV market. SpaceX's mission to connect isolated and hard-hit locations to the internet with their Starlink service continues, as the corporation has received approval to sell the service in Haiti and the South Pacific Ocean islands of Pitcairn and Rapa Nui. The island nation of Haiti is frequently hit by violent storms and has struggled to keep its communication infrastructure in good repair, let alone expand it to the island's more remote areas. To be fair, maintaining wired connections may be complicated when the country is utterly destroyed by many tropical storms each year. However, SpaceX was said to have been testing their satellite internet in Haiti for some time before receiving the permits to proceed. The most recent was a 4-month trial experiment that recorded speeds at 20 different locations across the country. However, they have tested at significant sites like school campuses and government buildings for the previous 2 years. With this permit, SpaceX believe it will be able to launch the service by the end of the year. In the Southern Pacific, Pitcairn and Rapa Nui Islands have also granted SpaceX permission to commence operations. The two islands are small and secluded, with internet being sporadic or non-existent. Pitcairn Island, for example, is part of a small volcanic chain of 4 islands with a total area of about 18 square miles. And while Rapa Nui, a Chilean territory, has free public internet access supplied by the Chilean government, it is reportedly unreliable and needs more capacity to allow for frequent use. There's no indication of what SpaceX charges for service in Haiti, but the corporation charges $110 per month plus the $599 equipment charge for the 2 South Pacific islands. That should get specific locations up and running. It may not be inexpensive for everyone who lives there, but it should allow for a more reliable connection between businesses and public buildings. According to the availability map on Starlink, Rapa Nui is already operational, but SpaceX intend to have them all working by the first quarter of 2023 at the latest. The year 2023 is quickly approaching, and countries are vying for Tesla's attention to be chosen as the location for the next gigafactory. South Korea is the most recent country to enter the fray. President Yoon Suk Yeol and Tesla CEO Elon Musk meet virtually recently, according to the president's office. The meeting took place on November 23rd, and while the South Korean government did not provide a transcript, their event description includes some interesting insights. Now, thank you for reaching this point. Make sure to finish this video to know more. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel. And like, comment, share, and hit the notification bell for more upcoming videos like this. According to the president's office brief, Yoon and Musk extensively discussed the CEO's proposal to build a gigafactory in Asia. A more particular discussion of Tesla's desire to invest in South Korea's EV charging infrastructure and the possibility of strengthening the supply chain with South Korean companies such as LG and Samsung. While prior signals from Tesla suggested that the next gigafactory would likely be in North America, with Canada being the leading contender, the EV manufacturer has also been eyeing an Asian expansion. Indonesia had been the most promising venue before the call with South Korea's president. This year, country's president, Joko Widodo, has made aggressive bids for Tesla's attention, including giving access to the country's massive nickel reserves and the land needed to build an entire production line. While that is an intriguing offer, it is also clear that South Korea has its own advantages. South Korean President Yoon rightly stated that his country is a world-class automobile industrial hub, with major manufacturers such as Hyundai and Kia headquartered there. However, the participation of Tesla partners Samsung and LG is more significant. On the other hand, Tesla and Samsung had been working together to build electronic equipment for EV vehicles, such as semiconductors for in-vehicle entertainment and media control units. The large touchscreen on the dashboard controls driving assistance, music, security, and even gaming. On the other hand, LG recently announced a $452 million investment in a new production line for Tesla's new 4680. They reportedly cited increased production at Giga Shanghai as one of the reasons for their decision. Finally, President Yoon informed Musk that the South Korean government would like to change restriction that would make it harder for international firms to conduct business in South Korea. So South Korea understands how to exploit its edge, but of course, it will likely be some time before Tesla decides. Still, we don't envy their option between the developed South Korean market and the promise of Indonesia and its natural riches. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to this channel for more updates. Before you leave, did you know that Ford sued Toyota? Yes, that's right. So if you want to know why, make sure to click and watch this video here.